Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and we want to thank you for joining us on this March 7th. We have a wonderful show for you today. First off, we're going to be talking with Curt Orchard from Walgreens on the medicines we take and how they affect us at home and at work. And then later on, we'll be on location with the Owatonna Figure Skating Club about their annual show. And to all our viewers out there, if you know of someone in your community day in and day out that is special, deserving of some recognition, or you know of an event coming that you'd like to share with the community, we would love to hear from you. You can do so by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling our show's producer, Leanne T, at 390-5751. We will take a short break to hear a message from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with Curt Orchard. Please stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here talking with Curt Orchard from Walgreens in Owatonna. Good morning, Curt.
Good morning, Linda.
And
Thank
how are
you
you?
for having me. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, good.
Excellent.
So tell us about yourself, a little bit of your career and schooling and things like that.
Sure. So I started with Walgreens when I was 16. I've stayed with them for now over 14 years and did my undergraduate at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, transferred to Drake University in Des Moines, where I got my doctorate in pharmacy. Moved to Owatonna in 2012, and my wife and I have both lived here since 2013. We absolutely love the community and I think it's a great place to live.
Well, we're glad to have you
Thank
and
you.
appreciate you coming on the show. You recently gave a presentation to the Steele County Safety Council. How did you come up with that presentation or the idea of doing the presentation?
Sure. So I was contacted by one of their members to see if I could talk about medications that we use both over the counter and prescription that might cause drowsiness or other side effects that would impair your ability to perform your job from day to day. So I came up with the things both over the counter and also medications that could be prescribed by a doctor that are very commonly known to cause dizziness, drowsiness, impaired coordination, slow reaction time, and was able to give them a presentation so that they knew how to keep an eye out for those things when they were purchasing themselves, and also information they could give their employees to use with caution.
And it's nice of you to lend your knowledge to the community that way. I know you're the liaison for a lot of people between the doctor and the public. And so
Yes.
there's all those interim questions that we always don't have time in the doctor's office to ask. So what are some of the over-the-counter medications that we need to be aware of and cautious about?
Sure. So the three over-the-counters that I usually use caution with are, I refer to them as the 3 Ds. So you have dimenhydrinate, doxalamine, and diphenhydramine. Those ingredients probably aren't too prominent on the front of the box, but they're listed under the active ingredients on the back. Now the dimenhydrinate is a common ingredient seen in Dramamine, which is used for motion sickness, vertigo, and nausea and vomiting. Again, that can cause quite a bit of drowsiness, impaired coordination, and even like blurred vision. So caution before doing any driving. Can put you at a higher risk of falling if you're 60 and above, just because it's going to impair your reaction time as well. The next D, the doxalamine, that's commonly found in NyQuil and also in Unisom. So it's already marketed as a sleep aid because of the sedating effects it can have. And then the third D, probably a lot of people are very familiar with diphenhydramine. Its brand name is Benadryl. Very helpful in curing allergic reactions and things like that, and allergies, but again, can be very sedating, cause quite a bit of drowsiness. Now, none of these products that I'm talking about today need to be avoided at all costs. They're very effective at treating the symptoms that they're designed to. We just always want to talk to someone first and make sure that we know how our bodies are going to react to them before we would do anything that would put ourselves or others at risk.
Now, let's go back to the first drug you mentioned, that's Dramamine.
Yes.
What was the name of that again?
The dimenhydrinate.
Okay, so I know I get sickness, motion sickness, not me, but somebody does, and they go to the pharmacy and they get their prescription for Dramamine, and they're on a cruise, and then a cocktail hour comes.
Yep.
How would you consult them?
So absolutely. I mean, it's not that they can't have a glass of wine or a beer or a cocktail or two. Just probably don't want to have a big party that night. A lot of times, instead of the Dramamine, we could use Bonine, which the active ingredient is meclizine. That won't cause nearly as much drowsiness, and is a little bit safer to use if we're on a cruise. And
So, as all things proceed in caution.
Exactly.
All righty, and then we have some of the prescription drugs.
Correct. The first group of medications I'd like to talk about are the opioid pain medications. So those are used a lot for post-surgery, chronic pain management, and then oftentimes it can be used at post-dental procedures as well to help with the pain. Their common names are like Vicodin, Norco, Oxycontin, Oxycodone, and then many more in that category. Now these are extremely sedating, so very much need to be used with caution, especially when driving, operating any heavy machinery, or anything that needs your full attention and coordination. These medications should absolutely never be used with alcohol, no matter how long we've been using them or how familiar or comfortable we are with them in our bodies. They can cause respiratory depression. So right now we're sitting here, we're not thinking about breathing in and breathing out, but when you mix opioid pain medications with alcohol, it starts to shut down that center in our brain that reminds us to breathe naturally. So you can actually die from respiratory depression if you mix opioids and alcohol together.
Now, so would your recommendation be if you're on those, maybe you shouldn't go to work that day?
If it's something you're first starting, yes, definitely use caution and see how your body's going to react to it before we put ourselves or others at risk. People that are on it for chronic pain medication, for chronic pain management, can oftentimes function very normally from day to day. It depends on how your body is used to the medication too.
And then could you do sports? Could you?
Absolutely, you could if you're taking it for chronic pain. Definitely something we could use and take and still perform those tasks. But if it's, say, for short-term injuries, say you got a tooth removed or something and you're on it, I probably would caution against doing anything that required a lot of motor function and coordination.
And then can we go back to over-the-counter? Is there any of the over-the-counters that we should caution about our activities of daily living?
I would say mostly the three Ds that we talked about, the dimenhydrinate, the doxylamine, and the diphenhydramine. Those can all impair your coordination and your motor function and slow reaction time.
So basically, when you take one, see how it works and
Absolutely.
and where it goes.
Definitely.
What do you recommend people as far as questions? You know, so many times we were talking, so many times in the box, we have our little brochure, and then everything's good because we can read out how to take it and how to do. But eventually, those get separated, and the meds go up in the med chest.
Yes.
And then comes time. Oh, gee, I don't really know how to take this. What would you recommend to someone?
So I would definitely recommend to either call your local pharmacy. Pharmacists are readily available to answer any questions you have about your medications, or if by chance you can't get a hold of them, usually there is a nurse available at either your local doctor's clinic or hospital that can answer some questions about your medications. But it's always better to side with caution when we are unsure about how your medication is going to affect you.
And how do you feel about getting questions from when you're at work and it's busy? You know, we see rush. You know, not so much you, but all our pharmacists.
Sure.
They're busy, and there's 3 or 4 people helping them, and then they're back there, and you say, "Gee, I really don't want to bother them." But how How do you feel about that?
I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of my job, is being able to be that quick community resource that people need. So I don't ever think that you're going to be bothering the pharmacist. That's what we're there for.
And what are some tips you could give our viewers on when they come to the pharmacy to make things smoother or easier, or say that their doctor's going to call it in, or what are some little tips you could give
Oh,
to the
sure.
public?
I mean, I would just always have your insurance card ready. That's important. We don't really have a whole lot of access to that information, so having that card ready, make sure that you're getting the best pricing on your medication. A lot of times doctors will send things over. It may not come over for 20 to 25 minutes, so just understanding that it is a process for us to dispense your medications safely. So we're trying to do that as quickly, but also as safely as possible.
Great. And do you get many calls about expiration dates? Could you go into that a little
Sure,
bit?
absolutely. So most medications, when they are dispensed in the amber vial or whatever type of bottle your pharmacy uses, will have an expiration date about a year out. Now, the reason that it's only a year is because most medications, even though when we have them in the stock bottle, they're good for a couple of years, they're not studied how long they're effective for after they're dispensed in a different container.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've never heard that. That's very eye-opening.
And the reason we usually tell people to use caution once a medication is expired, because we have no real solid evidence of how it was stored, how the chemical compound may have changed. And so even though most commonly it might just be less effective, we really have no idea what that medication could do. So we always use caution and say, if it's past its expiration date, take it to the drop box, take it to the police department or somewhere to dispose of your medications. We really don't want to be flushing those down the toilet, throwing them in the garbage. They end up in a landfill and seeping into our groundwater. So just taking it somewhere appropriate to dispose of the medication is really the safest for you and your community.
And is that the same rule of thumb for over-the-counter medications as far as expiration? And
Absolutely. If it's past the expiration date, I would recommend not to use it.
is that because they don't know the effect either in their bottles? Or?
Exactly. The expiration date is on there because when they've studied the drug, that's how long they know that that chemical is stable for.
Okay. And then could you suggest any way to keep track of those little pamphlets, or would you just recommend call the pharmacist?
I mean, it depends how much of you like to store paperwork, but the easiest way is probably just to call your local pharmacy or your doctor's office. They're really a great resource, and that's what we're there for, to help you manage your medications safely.
And some closing thoughts, if any, that you have for our viewers as far as don't be afraid to talk to the pharmacist, or
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we said already, we're there for you. The majority of pharmacists I know love talking to their patients. They love being that community resource for them. So definitely do not use caution, or don't feel hesitant if you need to use us. Okay.
and all prescriptions over the counter or prescription take it to the box. Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Kurt, it's been a pleasure talking with you, and thanks for sharing of your time and coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Linda.
We are going to take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Did you know there are families in Steele County that go to bed hungry every night? This is Stormy Traum, Director of the Steele County Food Shelf, reminding you that March is Minnesota Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 1,086 Steele County households, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food and donating money or food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 this March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're on location here at the Four Seasons in Owatonna, and we're interviewing some very nice young ladies that are in the annual show coming up with the Owatonna Figure Skating Club. So I'd like to introduce them to you right now. On my right is...
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I've been skating for 3 years.
And over here we have...
Hi, I'm Val Wellnitz, and I am currently the president of Owatonna Figure Skating Club.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Wellnitz, and I have been skating for 6 years.
So Val, as president of the club, how long have you been at the helm?
This is my 3rd year of being president. I have been involved with the board ever since Annabelle started skating about 5 years ago. So quite a few years. I should know what I'm doing at this point, you know.
Do you serve a board? Are you over a board?
Yes, we have a board of directors that meets once a month to do the planning for the operations of the figure skating club. Yep.
And what is your biggest challenge being president?
You know, there's a lot of different challenges. Mostly it's just the day-to-day, keeping the operations going, keeping our programs affordable is a big challenge that we have. Recruiting new people, keeping the program vibrant in Owatonna when there's so many other options to choose, getting the word out that we have a program. Those are some of the biggest things that we talk about every single month.
And what are your take back or your take home from this? What's your biggest joy about serving?
Well, it's all about the kids, and you know, for me, I have a personal connection with my daughter Annabelle. But I really love seeing the kids week after week and seeing what they can accomplish with skating lessons and really what they can accomplish in their life when they set goals and work hard towards something. So that's the biggest joy that I personally get out of it.
You obviously have a big show coming up in a couple of weeks here, and we're going to get to that in just a minute. But share with our viewers, what is the name of the show this year, the annual show?
This year we're doing a Broadway theme, so the name of the show is Skates on Broadway, and the programs are all selections from your favorite Broadway shows.
Well, I'm going to go over here and we're going to talk with you a bit, and why don't you give our viewers your name again?
I'm Hannah Mays.
Okay, and Hannah, how long have you been skating?
3 years.
And what do you like best about skating?
I like that even though you can't get everything exactly right, that you have everyone supporting you and you can make friends and just have fun.
What do you think you'll take away in your life lesson from skating here? What has it taught you?
You know, it's taught me to try hard and work my best, and even though you can't get everything right, you still have everyone supporting you.
And what do you like most about this year's show?
It's really cool with all of the dances that we have this year and all of the songs that we have with our program.
Speaking of dancing, now, did you require to have any dance experience before you began to skate?
No.
Have you learned something about dancing since you've been skating?
Yes.
And what do you like most about that phase of it?
Well, you obviously have more flexibility once you learn skating and have more strength.
So do you feel at the school dances now you'll be a little better dancer?
Yeah.
In skating. Do you have an idol that you had when you were younger in skating?
Definitely my best friend Annabelle, but...
Okay.
Oh, how sweet. Hi, Annabelle.
Hi.
Okay. And for you, how long have you been skating, and what is your high point in skating? What do you enjoy most?
I've been skating for 6 years, and I think my favorite thing about skating is how supportive everybody is.
And what do you like most about this year's show?
I like the theme. I really like the Broadway theme, so I'm really excited to do all of that.
And how about your dancing skills on skates? Were you a dancer before you came?
I was a dancer, and I think that definitely helped with skating, just being kind of flexible and the coordination.
And what has been the biggest challenge for you as a skater?
The biggest challenge was probably never to give up and to keep practicing, and even though it feels like you're never going to be able to land something, it'll come to you.
Now, do you get an opportunity to meet younger skaters here?
Yep, the younger skaters, they do. I help coach them and stuff, and it's really fun to do that with them.
So have you been doing that very long here?
Yeah, I've been doing that for about 3 years now. I've been junior coaching.
What do you like most about junior coaching?
I just love teaching the kids how to skate. It's so fun to watch them enjoy themselves and keep trying and see them improve every week.
Now, from what you've learned here, and when you are too old, how old do you go in the program, first of all? How long can you skate in the club?
You can skate till you're a senior, and you can join again as an adult, and you can keep going as long as you want, really.
Do you feel skating is something you're going to take with you once you graduate high school?
I definitely want to keep doing it throughout my adult life, so yeah, definitely.
And what have you learned as a skater here that you would take with you in life from the skating in life later on?
I've learned to never give up and just to keep going and keep trying, and things will work out.
That's good. And so we're going to bring Val back in here. Hi, Val. So, boy, two wonderful gals on the skating. It's quite nice to see, and it's nice talking to the ladies. Let's talk about the show now. What is the name of the show again for our viewers?
The show is Skates on Broadway, and it's set to Broadway tunes. We're going to have tons of fun surprises in the show. We have some very special guests. We have a group of boys hockey players that will be skating one number with the high school girls. We have a guest synchronized skating team coming from Shattuck St. Mary's School up in Faribault, and they have an elite skating program there. So they're sharing their synchronized skating team with us. And they also are having a guest skater that will skate a solo at our show. And we also have a choreographer / coach / skater that will be doing a guest spot in our show. And new this year, we have two of our very own coaches that are going to be skating their own solo numbers in the show. So that's, I think, going to be very exciting for the kids to see their coaches out there doing the stuff that they do best. So
now, when will the show go on? What's the date?
The date of the show is Saturday, March 12th at 2 p.m., and it's at the Four Seasons in the East Rink. And admission to the show, the day of the show, is $7. We are selling advance tickets for $5 a piece, and we sell those from any of the skaters can hook you up with tickets. We're selling them at the rink the week before the show, or we also have them available at Court Sports in town. You can just stop in and buy your tickets directly from them.
Now, will there be refreshments offered at the show?
There is a concession stand available during the show, yes.
And will that benefit the club?
It's run by the hockey program, so it benefits the hockey program, yeah.
And the proceeds from the show, where will they go?
That all goes to our club. It's kind of expensive to put on a show, so the admission price just helps covers the cost. It helps pay for the ice. It helps pay for the practice time that we put into it. And the other thing about admission is children 5 and under are free.
Wow, that's a buy. A nice afternoon for the family or whatever. Let me ask you this. What, as far as costuming and things go for the show, do you have some shout-outs or people you'd like to mention with that?
Well, we do different things for costumes every year. We always have some parents that step up and help make alterations or help make some handmade skirts or whatever needs to be done. We have costumes that we've reused year after year, and we try to make them a little bit different. We always buy something new, but when you have a dozen numbers, you can't justify the cost of buying new costumes for that many numbers. So it always comes together. It's great.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the show or the things of the hockey players? How was their attitude with coming on board and working with the girls in their dance numbers or skate numbers?
Oh, the hockey number is one of my favorite things. You should come to the show just to see that. It is so cute. And those guys have such a great attitude, and they're learning how to do some figure skating jumps, and the girls are skating around with hockey sticks. It's just a real hoot. You're in for a treat.
If you could sum it up in one word, what would you say about this year's show?
It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Exciting.
And there you have it. So you want to come down on March 12th and see the show here at the Owatonna Figure Skating Club at the Four Seasons. We will take a short break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard. And I'm Shawn McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Assisted Living and Memory Care,
where we provide optimum living activities to keep our residents engaged in life.
and we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and we hope you enjoyed visiting with the ladies down at the Owatonna Figure Skating Club. Well, it's time for community announcements. Curt's Truck and Diesel Service along with Todd and Mary Schwanke family are again this year giving a $1,000 scholarship in diesel technology. This is a memorial scholarship in memory of Eric Schwanke, and it is available to either a graduating high school senior or a high school graduate planning on or is currently attending an accredited post-secondary school in diesel technology. Forms may be picked up at Steele County High School career offices or by contacting Judy at Curt's Truck and Diesel Service, 507-451-1326, and the deadline is April 15th of this year, this spring. In celebration of National Women's History Month, the Steele County Historical Society is celebrating with a Her Story series. On Tuesday, March 8th, 7 p.m., Jane Curry, author, storyteller, and performer, will take the stage in Samantha Rassel's The Woman Question. Admission to the lecture is $10 for Steele County Historical Society members and $15 for non-members, and includes a beverage of your choice. And a reminder to you that daylight savings time starts on Sunday. Remember to turn your clocks back, or remember to turn your clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night. Remember, turn those clocks ahead. 4th annual Mike Hansen Memorial Washerboard Tournament will be Saturday, March 12th at the Eagles Club. Join us for a day of fellowship and friendship in remembrance of our good friend Mike Hansen. All proceeds from the tournament will be donated to Owatonna Park and Rec Scholarship Program in Mike Hansen's name. Tournament entries are due no later than March 5th. And if you have any questions, call Wes Jones at 507-456-4280. And then Owatonna Elks Lodge St. Patrick's Day dinner coming up Thursday, March 7th, 5 to 7 p.m. And you want to join and celebrate with them to support the Homestead Hospice House. All proceeds to benefit the Patient Care Fund. And $15 in advance per ticket, or $20 at the door. And there'll be a featuring an Irish menu of corned beef and cabbage, baby reds, dinner roll, and dessert. Hope you can make it there. Well, that concludes our announcements for the community today, and we hope that you will join us on Wednesday, March 9th, when we'll be talking with OPU and Jared Hendricks, and then also we'll be on location visiting the wood carvers. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on Wednesday.